Alright, settle down folks, or don't, I'm not your kindergarten teacher. So, you clicked on this, which means you're either incredibly bored planning a trip to Iceland, or you just really like watching Waterfall. Welcome to the land of fire and ice, where the waterfalls are as surreal as your ex's excuses for why they forgot your birthday. Today we're counting down the top 10 waterfalls in Iceland that you absolutely must see before you die, or at least before your next Instagram post. We're going to take a look at these natural wonders, these monuments to gravity, they're waterfalls. So grab your ridiculously overpriced outdoor gear, pretend you know how to pronounce Eyjafjallajökull, and let's dive headfirst, not literally please safety first or whatever, into the frosty, misty, and occasionally overhyped world of Icelandic waterfalls. Spoiler alert, it's probably a bit of both. Alright, first up on our hit parade of H2O is Gullfoss. They call it the Golden Falls, which sounds impressive, like it's made of actual gold. It's not, it's water. But sometimes, on a sunny day, the sediment in the glacial water gives it a golden hue. It's the Beyoncé of Icelandic waterfalls. Super famous, always draws a crowd, and has a dramatic flair. This waterfall is a two-tiered behemoth, plunging into a rugged canyon. It's big, it's loud, and it's wet. The sheer volume of water thundering down is pretty impressive, I guess, if you're into nature showing off its raw power. The viewing platforms are strategically placed so you can get a good look, and also so you can get thoroughly soaked by the mist. It's an immersive experience, they say. I say it's a free shower with a side of hypothermia. You'll see tourists from every corner of the globe all jostling for that perfect selfie, trying to capture the majesty, or at least something that looks good with a filter. There's a visitor center, of course, because where there are tourists, there are gift shops and overpriced coffee. So, Gullfoss. Is it worth the hype? Yeah, probably. Next up we have Dettifoss. Now if Gullfoss is Beyoncé, Dettifoss is like, I don't know, a death metal concert. It's reputedly the most powerful waterfall in Europe, and when you see it, you believe it. This thing isn't just falling water, it's an angry, churning gray mass of liquid fury. The sheer force is something else. They say this waterfall is so powerful it could probably wash away your student loans. If only. The ground literally trembles as you approach it. It's not a gentle, picturesque cascade, it's a violent, awe-inspiring spectacle of raw, untamed nature. The water is this milky gray color, full of sediment from the Vatnajökull glacier, which just adds to its menacing look. It's not pretty in the traditional sense, it's more brutally impressive. There are two sides to view it from, the east and west bank. One side gets you closer to the spray and the sheer drop, the other gives you a more panoramic but still terrifying view. Pick your poison. Getting there can be a bit of a trek depending on the road conditions. But people make the journey because, well, it's Dettifoss, it's got that most powerful title, and we humans love a superlative, don't we? So Dettifoss, it's an experience, a loud, wet, powerful, slightly unsettling experience. Alright, let's move on to Skogafoss. This one is a classic beauty, a wide, curtain-like waterfall that drops perfectly straight down. It's like something out of a movie, probably because it has been in movies. It's very photogenic, very symmetrical. If Dettifoss is a raging beast, Skogafoss is more like a majestic, slightly intimidating supermodel. Still powerful, but with a bit more grace, you know? It's located in the middle of nowhere, perfect for when you want to escape your responsibilities. One of the cool things, or exhausting things, depending on your fitness level, is the staircase built next to it. You can climb all the way to the top, something like 500 steps. But the view from up there is supposedly amazing, looking out over the coastline and seeing where the Skóga River continues its journey. Or you can just stand at the bottom, get a face full of mist and call it a day. Legend has it that a Viking named Thrasi hid a chest of gold behind Skogafoss. People have tried to find it, of course. Apparently a local boy once found the chest but could only grasp a ring on its side before it disappeared again. The ring was supposedly given to the local church. So, Skogafoss. It's big, it's beautiful, it's got a legend, and it's got stairs. Lots of stairs. It's a popular spot, and for good reason. Next on our watery tour is Seljalandsfoss. This is the one you've probably seen all over Instagram, the one where people take photos from the waterfall. And yes, you can actually walk behind this one, which is its main claim to fame. It's like a secret backstage pass to a water show. Sounds cool, right? Well, it is. Sort of. Just don't expect it to be as magical or dry as it looks in those carefully curated social media posts. The path that goes behind the waterfall is, predictably, very wet and can be slippery. So good footwear is a must, unless you enjoy an impromptu mudslide. And you will get sprayed. A lot. It's not a gentle mist, it's more like being caught in a persistent, targeted drizzle. The experience of being behind the curtain of water is pretty unique, I'll give it that. You see the landscape through a shimmering, roaring veil of water. It's loud, it's disorienting, and it makes you appreciate the sheer force of even a relatively slender waterfall like this one. So, Seljalandsfoss, is it worth walking behind? Sure, why not? Alright, let's talk about Dettifoss, the waterfall of the gods. Sounds pretty epic, doesn't it? You imagine Thor himself chucking lightning bolts into it or something. The story goes that back in the year 1000, a law speaker named Thorgir Losvetningagodi made Christianity the official religion of Iceland. And to symbolize this, he threw his statues of the Norse gods into this waterfall, hence, Waterfall of the Gods. Or, waterfall where some dude threw his old statues. It's a beautiful waterfall, undeniably. It's wide and crescent-shaped, with water cascading over a semicircular cliff. It's not super tall, but it's very elegant. There are several streams of water, some more powerful than others, creating a really picturesque scene. So, Dettifoss, Waterfall of the Gods, or just a really nice place for water to fall off a cliff. Either way, it's worth a visit. Next up is Spartafos, or Black Falls. This one is famous for the dark, hexagonal basalt columns that surround it, making it look like some kind of giant natural church organ, or maybe the backdrop for a very dramatic, very gothic music video. It's quite striking, very different from the other waterfalls we've seen so far. The contrast between the white water and the black columns is pretty neat, I'll admit. It's located in Skógafoss, which is part of Vatnajökull National Park. To get to it, you have to hike. Yes, another hike. About 1.5 kilometers or just under a mile uphill. It's not a killer hike, but it's enough to make you feel like you've earned the view. Because it's so unique and relatively accessible, despite the hike, it can get pretty crowded, especially in peak season. So, Spartafos, is it worth the hike and the crowds? Yeah, I'd say so. Alright, let's talk about Harfsir. This one translates to lava falls, which sounds pretty hardcore. Legend has it this waterfall was created by lava. Or more accurately, it's a series of springs that emerge from the edge of a lava field, Halmundaran, and then cascade down into the Havita River. So it's not one big waterfall, but hundreds of little ones spread out over a wide area about 900 meters. It's like a waterfall that couldn't make up its mind, so it decided to be all of them. It's a very different kind of waterfall experience. Instead of a powerful plunge, you get this delicate, lacy network of water seemingly appearing out of nowhere from the porous lava rock. The water is often this beautiful turquoise color, especially against the dark lava and the green moss. It's quite serene and picturesque in a spread-out, decentralized kind of way. Right next to Harfsir is another waterfall called Brewerfoss, or Children's Falls. This one has a sadder story. Legend says 2 children from a nearby farm fell off a natural stone bridge that used to span the river here and drowned. Their grieving mother then had the bridge destroyed. So, Harfsir, it's unique, it's pretty, and it comes with a bonus tragic waterfall next door. Now we come to Glimur. Once Iceland's tallest waterfall, Glimur is now second to Sarcastic, revealed by a melting glacier. Glimur stands at 198 meters, or about 650 feet. Reaching it involves a challenging hike, including a river crossing and steep sections, best visited in summer to avoid ice. The views down the canyon are spectacular. Glimur, Iceland's former tallest, now a stunning second place. Let's head north to Aldurfos. This waterfall boasts impressive basalt columns, similar to Spartafos. The columns here are more varied in color. The waterfall is a powerful chute plunging into a circular basin. It's situated in the Seljalandsfoss River. You'll need a 4x4 vehicle to get there. The contrast between the water and basalt columns is striking. The basin is often a vibrant blue or turquoise. It's a place that makes you stop and stare. And if that's not enough, there are more waterfalls nearby. The area is remote and rugged, part of the Icelandic Highlands. Aldurfos is a stunning waterfall with beautiful basalt columns. It's a gem in the Northern Highlands, well worth the effort. And finally, we've reached number 10 Brewerfoss. This one is often called Iceland's bluest waterfall, and for good reason. The water here is an almost unbelievably vibrant glacial blue. It's a series of smaller, intricate cascades flowing into a narrow gorge. It's more subtle, more delicate, but that color is just mesmerizing. For a while, Brewerfoss was a bit of a hidden gem, a local secret. There's now a new official parking lot and a proper walking path. The unique shape of Brewerfoss with its countless small rivulets of bright blue water is what makes it so special. So, Brewerfoss, saving the best, or at least the bluest, for last. So there you have it, folks. The top 10 waterfalls in Iceland that you absolutely must see. Or not, it's your life. Maybe you'd rather spend your vacation time trying to find a decent Wi-Fi signal, or sampling all 57 varieties of fermented shark. But if you do decide to chase these waterfalls, at least now you know what you're getting into. Lots of mist, probably some crowds, and the undeniable fact that water falling from a height is, well, pretty neat. Remember to pack your rain gear, your sense of adventure, and maybe a healthy dose of skepticism for those overly perfect Instagram shots. And if you see any elves, tell them I said hi, or don't, they're probably busy.